Hi guys, and my name's Ardil. Welcome to Cambridge Car Audio. We've been working on a VW T6 which we've absolutely transformed the sound system in. So we thought we'd do a cool little video just to show you exactly what's involved in terms of an installation of this standard, but also to run you through the exact setup. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get started. So this is day one of the install. We've stripped it down, we've started the soundproofing process and running cables through. So what we're going to be showing you now is a little bit more about the install behind the scenes. So inside this door card, what we've got is all of this has already been soundproofed. So the door basically gets stripped down. Then inside here we've got the soundproofing, which is a skin soundproofing layer, and it's acoustic soundproofing that really stops all those rattles and keeps all the audio inside the vehicle. There's no point investing in this level of product if you're not going to soundproof the vehicle professionally as well as using the best possible products. That's why we use skins, and that's why all our work gets carried out from inside workshop facilities here in Cambridge. So that's basically this side of the door card. We've still got this side to do. We've built this custom speaker ring which is made out of MDF. We use a router to get a perfect finish, and we've also indented here, which just allows the speaker to sit in there really nice and flush. Then we've got oxygen-free cable running throughout the vehicle, so we're running that at the moment, so that's still a work in progress, and that's being run throughout the whole vehicle. We're using oxygen-free and then connections, power cables and earth cables for the amplifiers. So also the soundproofing on the door cards has just been done. So this is the one of the door cards. So this is basically completely deadened this panel. As you can see here, it's completely solid, and we've done areas that are really key to stopping all those rattles, and it makes a massive difference. This stuff adds a lot of weight to the actual door card as well. But that just gives you a bit of an overview of stage one at the moment. We're going to be running you through a couple of more processes and stuff that we're doing behind the scenes. But it just gives you a bit of an overall. You've got power cables being run currently. So we're going to move on to the next step. So we're around about halfway through the installation now. So what we're talking you through is bits and pieces that we carried out. On the last bit of a clip, you saw us installing the soundproofing into this door. We mounted the Thesis woofer into the speaker ring as I showed you in the clip before. Now the door card's all gone back on. It's nice and solid. Now the door feels really nice and heavy, and you can also now feel the quality of the installation behind the scenes. So that's all mounted in there, and now we've also, during the stage, we've run all our cables now, and we've got a couple more to run, but the amplifiers are now mounted. So that's in a really nice, we've built a panel which is made out of perspex, and then we've got a nice end cap, so it's all got the nice ventilation that the products need. So it's all nice and safe, but also really no real lack of room. So these have been mounted on the back of the driver's seat. We have got a sub directly underneath the driver's seat as well, but the amps are mounted to the back of it. All the cables are all completely hidden. It looks really professional, and it looks really impressive. I'm really liking the system on this. It's the first time we've actually mounted the amplifiers in that space. We normally mount them in the back of one of the cupboards, but this customer, with all the other electrics that he's got on the vehicle, that space was taken up. So we mounted it down here. It's made for a really nice looking system. So it's a little bit of a showpiece, but also very discreet as well. We've still got the A-pillars to do, so we've just made them out of fiberglass, and then what we're going to do is be covering them in a material, and then they're going to be put in as well. At the moment, this is a very important stage that we carry out at Cambridge Car Audio. So what we do here at Cambridge Car Audio is once you're having a system installed, once we've allowed the amplifiers to got power and we've installed the majority of the products, what we do is what's called a bedding in stage. A lot of customers, when they kind of want to collect a car from an audio company, what they'll do, they'll jump in the car, turn it full whack. Obviously they're excited about their new system, and what happens is they blow the speakers there and then. Really common. That's why we bed in the speakers. So during the first stages or first couple of hours of playing for a set of speakers, it's a bit like an engine. It's down to moving parts, and it's got to be bed in very slowly at very low volumes. So I don't know if you can hear that right now. So Jim's playing his music from his USB or through the factory head unit. And what we're actually doing is just bedding in the speakers at very low volumes, just to allow those parts inside the speakers and tweeters to move very freely and open up over time. And then what we're going to do is gradually, as the install goes on, we'll be cranking up the volume, allowing the speakers to move even more freely at the higher volume. So it's getting a full what's called excursion, which is movement of a cone basically in terms of the speaker. So the amps are mounted underneath the driver's seat, look really, really impressive. We're also installing a product the customer supplied, but we can also supply this product, which is a product from Clayton Power. It's basically a battery system that's really, really impressive in terms of what the facilities it has. If you're interested in the Clayton Power solutions from ourselves, feel free to get in touch and we can go through all those details with you. But this solution is one of their top spec lithium power supply units. And this you can jump start the vehicle from. You can also, it charges via the mains as well as off the vehicle's battery. So really, really cool bit of kit, and that's mounted underneath the rear seats on this particular vehicle. But depending if you've had a conversion or if you haven't had a conversion, depending, we can choose location with you when we're sitting down with you during the consultation stage, if you want to go down the route of a Clayton Power solution or maybe a different battery solution for that matter. So that's a bit of an overview of what we're doing at the moment. So we've still got yet to do is put material over the custom A-pillars, get them mounted. And we've also got a couple more bits in terms of the wiring. We've got to still wire in the remote for the lithium power supply, as well as do the full what's called Dsp setup. So the amplifiers need setting up, which basically means we're going to plug a computer into the system and into the Forza amplifier. And we're basically going to set the system up, give the customer 2 presets. So the customer can allow functionality for, say, a front and rear setup or 2 different types of music, but we've gone through that with the customer and that's all decided during your audio consultation. So that's a bit of an overview of what we're doing currently. So let's move on to the next step and get cracking. So we're at the final stage now of the T6 audio system conversion. So what we've just finished up with is the mounting of the Audison Prima 4-inch coaxial speakers. They've gone into the rear of the vehicle. So these were actually replacing a set of Pioneer speakers that Three Bridges, who did the conversion, they've installed. So we basically just replaced them just to give you a little bit of extra depth coming from behind if you're sitting in the back of the vehicle, and they perform really nicely, but they're actually not amplified on this particular system. They are running off your factory, on the factory head unit on this particular install. But this is why when we do our audio consultation, we'll sit down with you and actually design and spec your system to exactly how you want it. So as you can see, door cards are back on, and we've actually mounted now the Audison Thesis tweeter as well as the Audison Voce 3-inch mid-range. So they're mounted into a completely custom A-pillar. They're all on axis. We've designed them and built them all in-house. So it's actually made out of fiberglass to allow you to give the curvature and give you the style that we've gone for on this particular install. Plus, in terms of the look and the finish of the material that we've used, that's to match the interior of the vehicle. So it's a lot lighter, like the factory A-pillars on the T6. They are cream. So we've gone for a very light color as well, and that gives a lot more brightness into the front of the dash. And then you've got the amazing speaker range right on center stage, directed directly straight to you. Sounds absolutely insane. What we're going to be working on now is, as the customer's going to be picking up the vehicle a little bit later on, I'm sure he's going to be over the moon with the finished product. But what we're going to be doing is doing what's called a DSP setup. So we've got our computer right here. I'm going to plug in the computer and do a full setup for him. So we're going to have 2 different presets, one as a center focus, as a driver focus, and the second setup will be actually a central focus. So when this vehicle is carrying passengers, it will make a real difference. The audio will all completely move from driver focus all the way back straight into the center of the vehicle, and that will give you a really nice rear fill as well, coming from those rear speakers too. So the Thesis woofers are mounted, the Voce mid is mounted, the tweeter, Audison Thesis tweeter is mounted. We've also mounted now the Audison Forza amplifier and the Audison Prima AP1D amplifiers, but underneath the driver's seat on the back, and that's all mounted in a custom enclosure. And then we've got the Audison Prima sub directly underneath the driver's seat as well. So overall, overall a really, really cool system. It sounds absolutely amazing. We've not even tuned it yet. We're going to be setting up this vehicle now, and then we're going to be handing over to our customer. I'm sure he's going to be over the moon with the finished product. Hope you enjoyed that video. It was on a VW T6 with a complete revamp of the audio system. If you're new to our channel, again, please don't forget to subscribe by pressing the link below. But also, we're going to be carrying on with videos into 2020 with our brand new 4K camera. So keep up to date with the latest videos by pressing subscribe. But thank you once again for watching and supporting us. And we look forward to upgrading your vehicle soon. Thank you.